Guys Podcast, episode 25, and we're live.
25?
25 and live.
25
Again.
and live.
Dang. We can rent a car now. So,
Wow.
It's okay. We're good.
We're
good.
The podcast is almost as old as I am.
Yeah. And it works. You know? But I'm excited, man. I'm excited that we're doing this live. We're on Twitch today. We're on Twitch, The Realest Guys. Remember to just kind of get some formal business out of the way. We're on Twitter, Realest Guys PC. We're on Facebook, Realest Guys PC. You can find us. Subscribe to us on YouTube, where this is going to be posted later. The Realest Guys Podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, things like that. So, anyway, without further ado, I'm your co-host, Josh Too Good Crocker. We got Kyle, the Sly Guy, Sylvester here this week. Mario, the Rican Wolverine, is out today. Hope he's having a good day. But with that being said, we missed you last week. So how's your week been?
Man, last week I was in Oklahoma, so this week's been great just for the fact that I'm no longer in Oklahoma.
There you go.
So yeah, just getting back to work and watching some decent wrestling programs this week.
You have some family that's some Sooner fans?
No, actually they all lived in Texas, so they're all Longhorn fans.
There you go.
But
and you, bro, you know me. I don't really watch college ball, so I'm like, whatever. The team back home was USC, so.
I'm that Miami fan, so
yeah,
all about the U. But yeah, I got some Oklahomians. Okay, cool, some
cool.
Okies.
Yeah.
But
I don't even know what you just said. You say Okies?
Okies. The
Okies.
Okie from Muskogee. That was a song, bro.
Was it a country song?
It was a country song.
Well, there you go. I like me some country has grown on me since I moved here to Texas. Country has grown on me. I will say that. It's. So we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
And there's a big pay-per-view coming up called the Royal Rumble.
Wait. There's a pay-per-view?
Yeah, crazy. Or exclusively on the WWE Network for just $9.99.
There's your plug.
Which I don't know.
Feel like
I'm going to the Royal Rumble, so pretty excited about that. So anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We got Raw, we got SmackDown, we got some news I want to cover. And I'll be going over Raw. Raw's kind of doing this thing this week where they started off strong. Okay? They started off pretty good. And the middle, and then the end kind of ended pretty good. So, but yeah, they started off strong. So they started off this week on Raw with the big dog, Roman Reigns, coming out to a sea of boos, per the norm.
Fitting of those boos was his promo. Because he stumbled through his words again.
It's, what's it called? Kevin Owens is, I'm going to beat up Kevin Owens. I almost sound like Hulk Hogan. I'm going to beat him up, brother. And
but he stuttered through it. He was like, Kevin Owens going to get beat.
He's going to get beat up. Yeah.
He stumbled and it was a goofy promo, but the best way Raw has opened in a year.
Yeah, it didn't open with Stephanie McMahon. So, progress. I swear, they're listening to our podcast. They're listening to it because they're making changes.
They are.
Making changes.
Every week.
So, I'm happy. I was happy. Plus, I'm a Roman Reigns fan. So, Roman Reigns comes out. His ring is not... it's not his ring much longer after he comes out because everyone and their mama starts coming out. From you have Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins comes out, and everybody kind of gets their machismo on. you know. Uh, and then sure enough, pretty much who comes out of nowhere? It wasn't Randy Orton with the RKO. It was Sami Zayn hitting Braun Strowman and causing a great deal of craziness in that. And, of course, the Beast.
The Beast.
Comes. Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar.
John Cena? Oh, no.
John Cena.
John Cena didn't come. What just happened?
No. I don't know. Oh, my phone. See, I'm on my phone, and it had, you got 20% battery left. Whatever. So.
Whatever.
Anyway.
It's all good.
Yeah. So, pretty much, Brock Lesnar comes out, takes a couple people to Suplex City, including Sami Zayn. Gets punched in the face.
Sami Zayn stood up to him, though.
He did.
Sami Zayn wasn't backing down from the Beast.
No, wasn't backing down at all. Took that trip to Suplex City, even stopped by a couple gift shops, picked up a few things, and then Brock Lesnar gets punched in the face by Roman Reigns, and then that storm picked up quick because Roman Reigns got hit with an F5, and that was the story of the opening segment. So, but yeah, man, last few Royal Rumbles have been lackluster, right?
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
This one actually has a lot of mystique to it, which I kind of like. You have part-timers, okay, which are deservedly so. You have new talent, and there's a bunch of extra spots left for those surprise guests, right? But there's not that one person you know is going to win, like the Roman Reigns thing. You knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
Batista came back. No one wanted it, but everyone knew he was going to win. The Triple H thing. I think did Triple H recently win one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was Dean Ambrose and Triple H, I think.
Yeah.
They faced off against each other. That was a little bit more surprising, but still, it was like, Triple H, it's okay. But no, this one I'm excited for. What are your thoughts? How are this one shaping up?
So I'm excited. I don't know if the images I've seen are real, but there have been a couple images I've seen on Twitter that have Finn Balor sitting behind everybody. So that makes me hyped just because, I'm part of the Balor Club, if that's what we're going to call it, or whatever. I love Finn. So that makes me excited at the thought of him maybe coming back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm just excited in the fact that you're right, it really is any man's match. There's not one that it's like, oh, he's going to win because they have to let him win to build this story arc.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Braun Strowman coming in there and demolishing people and making him look like a monster and winning the Rumble. I could see Goldberg winning so they can give him a push. I could see Brock, you can see 18 different people winning.
Yes.
This match, which is exciting.
Yeah, it definitely adds that, that mystery to it, which you haven't seen in a while with the Royal Rumble, and I'm excited for it. It's the 30th anniversary for the Royal Rumble, so I'm glad they're making it big.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on to the beginning of the rest of the evening, we had Enzo Amore make his in-ring return with Big Cass, and they'll go up against the star Rusev with Jinder Mahal.
God.
I don't know if you noticed. Did you notice that Michael Cole and them made some comments about Jinder Mahal and how great of shape he's in?
Yeah.
Probably the best shape he's ever been in.
Yeah, I mean,
dude is juicing. He's juicing.
He's got to be. But it's still, whether he's, on the roids and jacked, it's still Jinder Mahal. Like,
yeah, like it doesn't matter how jacked you're gonna be, bro. You're Jinder Mahal, okay?
Yeah.
He's actually. No, never mind. I was gonna give him a compliment, but
that's hard.
I changed my mind. I changed my mind
for Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, I thought about the last week's match with him and Cass and the botched move at the end, and yeah, nope. But hey, he's vascular as all get out.
Hey.
But Enzo and Big Cass, realist guys, they get the victory over Rusev and his lackey. And so moving on, we have Aria Daivari, Lindsay Dorado. Aria Daivari showing some fire. He's actually watching him on Raw and watching him on 205 Live. He's got some fire in him, man. He's way better than his brother. He is. Daivari, he's just
as an in-ring technician, or
overall, he's better. I think he's better on the microphone and he's better in the ring. Personally, and he's a great heel. He does a good job.
I mean, his brother, he walked into the room, and whether it was wrestling or Dancing with the Stars, I would want to hate him. Like, no matter what show his brother was on, I would want to hate him.
Yeah.
I almost want to like this Daivari because he is in ring. He's a million times better. He is legit fun to watch in the ring.
Oh, for sure. And his rivalry he has with Jack Gallagher, which came to supposedly a conclusion on 205 Live this week, was a great little back and forth rivalry where Jack Gallagher ended up getting the win on the I Forfeit match, but where it was a good story of the good guy kind of going on top. Yeah. But yeah, definitely they both got some shine in that rivalry. I like Lindsay Dorado as well. I look forward to seeing more of him. But moving on to a match that kind of almost irritated me because it was really good.
It wasn't.
No, it was the ending. The ending really irritated me.
I agree.
So you get pumped. I got pumped because the Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they won, right? And I was pumped. I was like, man, finally, very cool. And then, dude, the rug, man, got swept underneath him, and it was by disqualification. Man, it just bothers me that it's so frustrating that, like, 1 week the referees don't call something as a disqualification.
And then the next week they're changing a normal win to a disqualification.
And so it's like, I know that's just how it is, but I was just like, this is freaking frustrating. I was frustrated because that was such a good match, and if they would have just left it the way it is, it would have been great.
Yeah.
Poo-poo finish, garbage. Garbage.
100%. And this is WWE pulling a WWE, extending the storyline because they know they're about to get into that WrestleMania season. So they're extending the storyline. We're going to see something. Sheamus and Cesaro are both in the Royal Rumble, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Probably. I don't know.
I want to say they're both in as individuals. So it wouldn't be a surprise to me if, here in the next week or so we find out that the club is also in the Royal Rumble and we get some action there, and then it builds up to something later on.
If it builds up to a WrestleMania tag team match where Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows win at WrestleMania, the tag team titles, because since they came in as a top tag team and they've been booked like garbage, really, if they could make it work and give them the titles for WrestleMania, that'd be nice. Yeah. But I wasn't a fan of the finish, but it is what it is. Moving on to your guy. Put your ones up, Neveling. Well, not so much anymore. He doesn't.
No.
Doesn't really do. He's a change of man. Fire.
For the better.
It very very much so. Helped him a lot. Rich Swann came out, did his dance thing, and then he gets attacked by Neville. Man, I'm liking the fire from Neville. We've kind of commented on it in the past few weeks. I don't want to beat a dead horse with what we like about it. But I love the King of the Cruiserweights line. I think it's dope. I think it's awesome.
I love how we have very similar, and we could probably talk about this more on the SmackDown segment, but we have very similar turns here in Neville and Ziggler. But it seemed to be pushing Neville to the top of the cruiserweight, and Ziggler's getting segments with Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
So, just shows
yeah.
you.
A little bit. They're definitely, I think, they're booking Neville better, of course.
Oh, for sure.
Which is surprising because SmackDown has been killing it on all fronts. Ziggler's switcheroo that he's done has been okay. It's just it's like a slow burn, so it is what it is. So Neville attacks Rich Swann from the back, but Rich Swann really has also been showing a little bit more intensity, so I've been liking that. So at the Royal Rumble, they're going to be fighting each other for the Cruiserweight Championship. So that'll be cool. So the story continues with the New Day. They came out. And Titus O'Neil, that whole dynamic, no longer really wants to be part of the New Day that much. But pretty much challenges the New Day to, put up one of the Royal Rumble spots in a match. Big E took that. Titus O'Neil looked pretty good in the match, strong. Big E won. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, there wasn't much other than Titus O'Neil mocking New Day in a couple of his things. Goes up to do the Big E splash, but then turns it into an elbow. And but I mean, outside of that,
is what it is. The next segment, I really wanted to like, but I didn't.
I wanted to like it so much.
It was awkward. It ended up being awkward. The Bayley Charlotte. So Charlotte comes out, Bayley comes out first, I think. No,
Charlotte came out first.
That's right.
But here was the issue was like WWE, the way they booked it, like they wanted it to be awkward. Like with Charlotte reading Bayley's old poetry and showing pictures of Bayley growing up next to WWE superstars,
which was fine. I think that part was fine.
They wanted it to be awkward, but it was a different kind of awkward.
Yeah, I think the pictures and stuff were fine. What was really bothering to me was actually the trading back and forth during their promo. I think Bayley.
They tried to turn Bayley into John Cena.
Yes.
Doing the poetry at her opponent, and in fact, at one point in time, she even said like, "Y'all saw my poems, you know I can rhyme." Like,
yeah, super campy, very campy promo. She just didn't seem comfortable. And Bayley's been pretty good. She's gotten better on the mic over time. But, Charlotte can... The thing about Charlotte is she can either kill a promo or overdo a promo. So, like, she can overdo it to where you're like, I don't want to hear you talk anymore.
Yeah.
But Charlotte's really good. Sasha Banks is really good. Even though Sasha Banks kind of gets a little the same way. But Bayley is... she just kind of seemed a little uncomfortable. But I think it'll get better. She's still, this is her first in the spotlight role.
Yeah.
On WWE.
And
it'll get better.
And I think because her character is so much like John Cena, when John Cena really hit his mark of that run where he was the guy. Everybody loved him. Her character's a lot like him. Bright colors, kid friendly. But I do think they're trying to make her too much like him. Right there. So I think she'll be fine. They've got to find something that's Bayley and not something that's John Cena done over.
Right. So that that segment ended, and we go into another interesting segment. I don't know if you've been watching the Cedric Alexander and Alicia Fox deal lately, but Cedric Alexander defeated Brian Kendrick, and without had a little bit of assistance from Alicia Fox in that match. But at the end, she goes to celebrate with Cedric, and Cedric just dips out on her.
Best move of the night. Cedric throwing his hands up for the hug, and then when she goes to hug, he just
Deuces.
ducks. And,
Yeah.
Best move of the night.
Yes, I would agree. So that ended up continuing, 205 Live, where pretty much Cedric doesn't want anything to do with Alicia Fox because he wants to win.
Hey, makes sense.
He wants to win. So the very final match, you had Jericho and Braun Strowman against Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn. I'm going to let you talk about this real quick because I need to go get a charger for my phone because it keeps screaming at me saying it's about to die. So, yeah. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. It is what it is. I'll be right back. Stand by.
No problem. Yeah, so this match, great match. I mean, it is what you expect out of a 6-man tag match involving these guys. What you don't expect is after Team Heel, Jericho and Braun Strowman defeat Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Sami Zayn, for Braun to go after Sami with the chair, taking him up to the top, getting ready to, potentially end his career, and then you get the day saved by Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins hitting him with the chair, turning him around into Roman for the spear. All for what seems like not, because eventually Kevin Owens and Jericho catch back up to him and lay Seth Rollins out on the ground and put Roman through the announcer's table that they have up top. Great match. Like Josh said earlier, Raw starts with a high and ends with a high. And got just a lot of blah in between. But great main event. Great way to pull it together and have them do the heel face. They all played their roles. I'm intrigued to see where maybe the Seth Rollins. Josh, I don't know if you could hear any of that. We were talking about.
Nope.
We were talking about the attack after the match. Braun Strowman taking Sami Zayn up, and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns coming to save the day, and then all for naught. Roman gets put through the table. Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to see. A lot of these men are in the Rumble, especially with how quick Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns were there to have Sami Zayn's back. I'm excited to see where those three in particular maybe go moving forward. Do we get to see them pair up more? Is it just them being we're a face, so we're going to be an absolute 100% face and lay our own bodies on the line for somebody else, or is it potential of them, maybe working together in the Rumble a little bit, maybe, doing some different things leading up to the Rumble?
There's definitely going to be a connection with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, the Shield and everything, because they like hinting at that a lot.
But I'm just Sami Zayn into there.
Yeah, as far as Sami Zayn is concerned, I think Sami Zayn is that ultra baby face. So someone's in trouble, he's going to want to help. And so this is a big year for Sami Zayn. So to see where he's going to go regardless of what he's involved in, if he can stay healthy this year, it'll be big.
We put him as the watch list of who the superstar of the year will be for next year's realist awards. So
hey, we know the realist niche will be happy about that.
Yeah.
Well, man, that wraps up Raw, which brings us to Josh's news corner. So every time It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, but it's fun. Uh,
It
we
is
got a
fun.
couple things. We got a couple things. So, news today: Chris Jericho kind of made its rounds, but Chris
Yeah.
Jericho signed a new contract. Excited about that. He's going to be doing his thing with Fozzy, but he's going to make as many appearances as possible with WWE because he signed a new deal. That's good for the WWE, and that's good for him.
It is. And if
You
you
know, to
hadn't
build
heard
on
about
his.
that yet, just a little plug, because we have to do our shameless advertising. If you hadn't
Shameless.
heard about that, get on your iPhone, go to Twitter, and follow the Realest Guys PC, because we have a great social media guy who is always putting the most recent news up on Twitter.
Pretty good. He's okay.
He's too good.
That's good. I like it.
Shameless plug.
Shameless
Because
plug.
that's how I get all my information. All my
Including
news.
shameless plugs. I have the Realest Guys podcast shirt on right now. They can get it redbubble.com, Realest Guys PC. You can get mugs, you can get shirts, sweaters, whatever you need. Yeah, man. Good stuff. So, no. Moving on, Kurt Angle was announced as the first official inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame for this, because everyone else was being announced, leaked, DDP, things like that, and Kurt Angle was announced. And so, how cool is that? That's pretty cool. So, even though he's not retired, he's not done wrestling. There's some rumors of him still wanting to wrestle. So we may see him in a WWE ring again, even though he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had a little minor issue with my headset, but we are back.
No problem.
But yeah,
no
Kurt
problem.
Angle.
So yeah, he's on ditto, whatever you said. So that's cool. And my last piece of news, maybe my last piece. Did you hear about the incident with Randy Orton?
The gym.
The gym incident.
The gym incident. I did. From the
So-
Realest Guys PC Twitter page.
Yes. So Randy Orton's step story, if you're not aware already, it happened before SmackDown. Randy Orton's at the gym working out. Someone approaches him. He points to his headphones because they want to autograph. He points to his headphones, and apparently the story is he said he can't hear him. So guys go to the other end of the gym, take a picture of Randy Orton. Randy Orton goes off on the guys, say, "What's your problem? Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to do a workout. I told you no pictures. Blah, blah, blah." And the guy's like, you just said you couldn't hear me. And then other people were like, "Yeah, he said call them MFers and blah, blah, blah." Here's the thing. One, we live in a super, super sensitive age where everybody gets their feelings hurt, right? Don't get your feelings hurt. You're at the gym. Man up and work out, okay? Two, Randy Orton's paid to go to the gym. That's part of his job, okay? So, and he's there to, and he's part of it's making money. He's making money. So, part of his job is to work out, okay? I not just with Randy Orton though. I see multiple stories with The Rock, Randy Orton. Now The Rock might not be as vociferous as Randy Orton,
Big word. I like it.
but definitely, dude, these guys need their space at the gym. It's part of their job. Let them do their routine, okay? Let them do the routine. At the end, ask for the autograph. Most of them don't mind after they're done working out, after they're done with their job. You know, what if I'm sitting, okay, I'm at work. I work tech support at a call center, okay? I'm on a call talking to a customer. You know how irritating it is if someone comes up to me and starts talking to me while I'm trying to do my job and talk to a customer?
Yeah.
That's
And-
tough.
And here's the thing that makes it, because it's at the gym in the middle of a workout, the thing that makes it even worse is for the workout to truly be as good as it can, he has to push himself for an extended period of time, right? You can't do one set, take a break, or one rep, take a break, take a picture, shake hands, and then go back and do one rep, and that's not a workout. That's
right.
That's lame. He needs to be able to get in there, get through his sets for the workout to be advantageous.
Right.
That's all it is. He's trying.
You gotta stay in the zone.
Yeah.
You gotta stay in the zone, man. So, anyway, bottom line is, let him. Man, don't be so sensitive. Going and telling everybody the news and whatnot. Oh, Randy Orton cussed at me and he was mean. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Stop whining. Wait till he's done. Rant over.
Yeah. So, I think this is a good spot since we just talked about Kurt Angle. Maybe do it here instead of at the end of the show.
Sure.
Instead of a favorite segment, I think this is a really cool time. Let's do a who would you choose to induct Kurt Angle? Put it out to Twitter. We already know Kurt Angle has come out and said that he would like Steve Austin, potentially. I'm not asking who Kurt Angle wants. I'm asking who would you as a fan, who would you pick to induct Kurt Angle if it was up to you? So Josh, give it a second, let it mull around.
I would say his gold medals. They should just induct him. Be a pretty quiet speech. No. Man, to think of all the great matchups that he had.
I know who I would pick.
Go first. You go first.
Mine would be, the Hall of Fame is kind of the coming to an end of your career kind of thing. So why don't you have the guy that you started their career induct you, and let John Cena induct him into the Hall of Fame?
I was thinking that. Yeah,
John Cena really started his WWE run off with Kurt Angle. They had great feuds throughout their time in WWE. Plus, the speech would be hella entertaining. Just John Cena giving a induction speech.
I think it would be good. I would actually probably, other than John Cena, I would say Stone Cold. That would be good. I mean, just because, think of remember the milk thing that he copied Stone Cold on? When Stone Cold used beer, he used a milk truck. He just had a great chemistry with those guys.
Yeah.
So I would say him. I would say Stone Cold. I would say Stone Cold. Yeah.
It's a good one. So that is going to be our, an interactive
You're cutting out there,
though.
Kyle.
I'm cutting. What? No.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an interactive thing though. So, niche. Anybody out there? Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you find us, go ahead and leave a little comment there. Let us know who you would pick to induct Kurt Angle.
There you go. There you go. So with that being said, I think that might wrap up Josh's News Corner. You failed me, Kyle. You failed me.
I did.
There you go. Ding. You got the ding. You got the ding.
I did the. Did it not come through?
You did it after me. You did it after me, though. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Ding. Commissioner of SmackDown, what you got for me?
Well, SmackDown started off with some big news.
I was expecting more, to be honest.
They played it up to be huge news.
They did. It'll change the landscape of WWE forever.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, we're having an Elimination Chamber match.
Wow, just take my thunder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Alright, now we rewound it. We're having an Elimination Chamber match 2 weeks after the Royal Rumble, guys. So whoever ends as championship at the Royal Rumble, as champion, whoever ends as a belt,
whoever, stupid.
Whoever's champion at the end of Royal Rumble has some detours on their way to WrestleMania. You know, anytime there's an Elimination Chamber match, that's really exciting to me.
I like it. I like Elimination Chamber matches.
So, maybe it's because I don't like tiny plate spaces, so the thought of being locked into one of those little chambers just freaks me out. But, hey, people are already, vying for their spot in the chamber match. But it'll be good. Not a lot of news to report on in that segment other than the fact that they announced that.
Yeah. Yep.
Then we get AJ Styles and John Cena with some quick promos, if you will, until the Miz
John
comes
Cena
out.
didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
Really.
Well,
AJ Styles just told him to shut up.
Yeah.
you shut up. That was funny to me.
But then the Miz comes out and breaks it up and is, probably one of the better on SmackDown promos Miz has done in a little while. I mean, we've talked a lot about his, talking smack stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as on SmackDown, this is one of the better ones. AJ, I wouldn't talk about beating up John Cena because while you were in Japan with the soccer mom hairdo.
Yeah.
It
was definitely one of those.
Cena.
Oh!
Yeah. And you see John Cena, like running back and forth like a little.
Yeah.
What? Like getting behind each one and. But yeah, he said, while you were in Japan, I beat John Cena on the biggest stage of all, WrestleMania, and John Cena, sneaks up behind AJ. Sounds like he said he's better than you. And then AJ's like, what? And, goes off on The Miz about the beating he took last time they were in Memphis together. AJ beat The Miz and the whole walking or performing with a limp. Or does he, Maurice? And John Cena walks up and, oh, snap! John Cena's little things in there were my favorite just because he was that middle school, like, I don't want to fight anybody, but I want to see if I can get the pot stirred enough to where you two will throw blows.
Yeah.
And they did.
That was John Cena being campy, but...
Yeah, they had a match. Ended in no contest because AJ threw The Miz into John Cena. John Cena got up. He hit them both with the AA. I mean, it's kind of a blah ending to what I was really hoping would be a good match.
Yeah, that could have been a classic. These two are both great in the ring. Miz has gotten exponentially better over the years. And
did you see, though, the one spot that I was really kind of hyped about and them locked up with their hands? Just the basic... And
I haven't seen a lockup in a long time.
Miz starts to go over on AJ Styles, and AJ just does the back bend to his head.
Yes.
And then shoots himself back up, and then he goes over on
the
Miz.
Miz
does the same back bend to his head, and AJ like, oh yeah, but I'm better than you. Steps over and jumps up onto his. Like that was some really good.
Yes. I haven't seen a lockup in a long time, and that was great. Just a nice. Yeah. Call back to classic wrestling. It was fun.
Yeah. I mean, Nikki Bella, Nutella.
Nutella. Don't put that on some bread.
I mean, it would be more enjoyable than some of the Nikki Bella, Natalia stuff going on.
This one wasn't bad. It was interesting, to say the least.
I mean, Nikki Bella calls out Natalia. Natalia ends up in the back at the merchandise, upset because John's and Nikki's merchandise is everywhere, and even Brett's merchandise is up there, but Natalia doesn't have anything. And Nikki Bella finally catches up to her and puts her through the table immediately, which was kind of a cool little thing, and they fight. There wasn't much to that segment. That was really it.
They just brawled again.
Just
straight up brawled again. So, yeah, I haven't really been invested in their rivalry, but all. Yeah. That segment was a little better for me, so I didn't mind it too much.
Now, for what I think the segment of the night was, I don't know if you liked it, but Dean Ambrose goes over on Randy Orton because Dean Ambrose calls out Randy Orton, one, because of what the Wyatt family had done to him in the last couple of weeks. But he calls out Randy Orton. They get into a match. Randy Orton is about to strike, about to hit with the RKO. But Luke Harper jumps up on the ring because Dean Ambrose had hit him with a suicide dive out of the ring. Luke Harper jumps up, distracts Randy Orton long enough for Dean Ambrose to get his wits and pin him. And Dean Ambrose wins. Randy Orton is fuming. Luke Harper is fuming. They get ready to go to blows. They start punching each other. Bray breaks them up. Luke Harper comes running back in to try to start the fight again. And Bray just turns and lays one into his chin. And you see, I don't know if you noticed it, but Randy, like, smiling ear to ear when he hits Luke, and then the fans start RKO, RK, and like he's smiling and he puts his hand up like, I think the end is coming.
I think so too.
We've been predicting it. Randy Orton's only there to split up the Wyatt family, drive a wedge between the two of them, and it was almost like that. Like, he's smiling because he knows it's coming, and he's trying to hide it from the fans with his hand. Because he did. He just big grin, hand in front of face, like it's coming but not yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's where it ends.
And next week, we got a big match.
Yeah, we get Luke Harper versus Randy.
Yeah.
Said the Wyatt family will come out stronger after that match, and they're heading to the Royal Rumble. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get Randy turning on them in the Royal Rumble and throwing one of them out.
Yeah.
Or both of them out. But yeah.
Who knows?
We go from there to what we alluded to on Raw. Jerry King Lawler hosted the King's Court from his hometown of Memphis, and his guest is Dolph Ziggler. And they're just talking about the heel turn. They're talking about how Ziggler's been aggressive and angry as of lately. And they show some clips, and Dolph Ziggler pulls up clips from 2012, right before King had his heart attack.
Cardiac arrest.
Which is a heart attack.
He told the difference between on Talking Smack. Jerry Lawler was like, "There's a difference." So that's the only reason why I say that.
I mean, yeah, a cardiac arrest is
like when your heart stops beating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
yeah.
I thought it was a heart attack too, and then Jerry made a correction on Talking Smack and was like, "It's actually two different things. Cardiac arrest is when your heart stops. A heart attack could be for a number of different reasons." But anyway,
yeah. But anyway, so they show that clip, and they literally Jerry comes out of it, and he says, "If you have any more questions for me, Jerry, I'll finish what I started." Jerry says, "That's great, because I have one more question. How's it feel to know that no matter how many times you change your mood, you're always going to be a loser?" He hits him with Ziggler hits Jerry with a super kick right to the chest.
And I'm glad they played it with the chest, because at first it looked like he just missed his face. But then, he clearly hit his chest.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't play it off like he hit his face when he clearly hit his chest.
Yeah.
Which makes a little more sense because of the heart thing, but
yeah.
It's just like, at first I was like, he missed his face. Completely hit him in the chest. And I was like, what the heck? But it made sense.
Yeah, it did. Ziggler walks out, and JBL gets in the ring. Nothing really happens after that. Other than we get a little moment before the main event where they're talking about how JBL got tripped up by the cords as he was trying to get out of his seat into the ring. Which I wish the camera had been on him, because anytime JBL looks like an idiot, I love it.
Stupid. Yep.
But then we go to the main event of the night, the steel cage match for the women's championship between Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. What did you think of that match, Josh?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think, even though it was okay finding who the La Luchadora was, actually didn't like it because the whole point behind the match was to make sure no one could interfere.
Yeah.
That's why they put him in a steel cage, and to have someone interfere in the match at the end of the match, I just didn't like it. I mean, the whole point was to put him in a cage and everything, and so the fact that she interfered in the cage, I just wasn't a fan. But other than that, though, it was a fun match. I like it where Becky Lynch almost won over the cage. She got on the other side of the cage.
And then
Alexa Bliss grabbed her, pulled her back in. It was a fun, exciting match. Here's the thing. That's another great thing about SmackDown Live is that you never know. A title is never safe on SmackDown, right? So I'm sold either way, not sure who's going to win or who's going to lose because they've played that so well. You know, the only title you're pretty sure is not going to change is the WWE Championship, but all the other ones are really up for grabs, and so that adds a lot more mystique and mystery to these matches. But again, the finish, and plus the way that the cage door just was so willy-nilly open and like she just walked in. Yeah. It was like, what's the point of the cage? You know, have someone win, have Alexa win, have Becky Lynch win, and then have La Luchadora come out.
Or even if you want the interference, have La Luchadora come out but not be able to get into the cage. So she's just like rattling the cage and Becky Lynch is distracted.
Or be a distraction.
But don't have she actually got into the ring, kicked Becky Lynch off of Alexa Bliss when she had the disarmer in. And like that was I would agree with you. It was a really good match. Blah blah ending because of the outside interference. There were a couple moments you were talking about the super kick to Lawler's chest, like it was clear he missed the face and you were kind of surprised at first. There was a drop kick. I don't know if you caught it, but there was a drop kick in the middle of the match. I want to say it was Alexa Bliss it was Becky Lynch hit Alexa Bliss with the drop kick, but her feet were like that far from and it was horrible. Like,
see, those moments, man, you have to just continue the match and act like they missed instead of insulting our intelligence.
No, like Alexa Bliss hit the ground. Mario, however you want to, but he caught it, and instead of saying drop kick, he went to a single leg drop kick because one leg was a little bit closer. Like maybe you would believe it if she. It was a single leg drop kick.
There you go.
So he covered a little bit, but yeah, it was just it was a really enjoyable match. There were some spots that were really cool. Becky Lynch hanging on to the cage with her hands and kicking off. That way she could get some momentum to hit that side kick on Alexa Bliss. There was just a lot of really cool moments, and then it ended so blah. Like, why?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like, Mickey James.
Yeah, Mickey James is La Luchadora.
Which is completely not the person who was first in the mask a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not even the same.
No. Not at all.
But whatever.
It's Mickey James.
I mean, it's really cool. I will say this. Dude, that the women headlined SmackDown Live. So
they did.
And it was in a steel cage match. A lot of fun. So, man, women's wrestling, dude, has taken a massive turn for the better. Hopefully Triple H's tournament for a women's tournament comes to fruition by summer of this year, kind of like he did with the Cruiserweight Classic. And just really, you know, from where it was 2 years ago to now, they're headlining Raw and SmackDown, having Hell in a Cell matches, cage matches, really breaking glass ceilings. But yeah, it was nice to see. Nice to see.
Yeah.
So,
I
but yeah,
agree.
man.
Yeah, it was.
Anything else you want to add to the episode?
Man, I think that's it. It was a good week. Which show do you think we kind of always talk about which show we thought topped it off that week, and we hadn't said it yet. So which show do you think topped it this week?
I'm SmackDown.
You think
SmackDown
SmackDown?
Live yeah, it's easier to watch, man. It's so much easier to watch.
That 2 hours is a lot easier to
Yeah.
watch than the 3. I
It makes it much more fluid.
I think it was a lot closer this week than it has been in the past. That opening and closing segment for Raw really, really fun segments to watch.
Yeah, I would agree. Raw was more enjoyable,
Yeah.
but still SmackDown, just a better show. Talking Smack also much better. Baron Corbin didn't show up on SmackDown Live, but his Talking Smack appearance was great. His promo was great on that. Just his pretty much saying that I'm going to go to the Royal Rumble. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm going to go to the Elimination Chamber, and I'm going to win the championship. And at WrestleMania, I'm going to be the champ and the number one contender. And I'm going to go to WrestleMania, stand in the middle of the ring, and just tell everyone, I told you so, and then leave. I mean, it was his confidence is crazy good. Yeah, so just the whole package with Talking Smack and SmackDown just was great. I don't know if you saw. There's a rumor though that there may be changing the belts, Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship.
They even may have hinted at it a little bit on SmackDown.
Yeah, the Dean Ambrose skit there. Man, I need a new belt. This one smells like blah blah blah.
This one's covered in baby oil and
or something. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what they would do. I love the Intercontinental Championship. I really do. I haven't always been a fan of the United States Championship. One, I've always thought it looks too small. And two, it would be really cool if they do a spin off the Intercontinental Championship, kind of make it almost the same shape, but really make it more United States Championship.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But so that's gonna be interesting to see what's coming ahead.
I just hope they don't try to do the brand specific stuff.
Yeah, with the blue
super
and
bright red and super bright blue. One, because the Universal Championship still is ugly as hell.
It's actually become a non-factor for me now. I'm just like, it is what it is.
It is. It's still ugly though.
It's still ugly.
But yeah, so
The tag belts though are sick.
yeah.
They're awesome. What's it called? Have you noticed and this will be my last point, on SmackDown they haven't really been referring to the WWE World Championship as the World Championship. They've only been calling it the WWE Championship
Yeah.
lately. So I wonder if they got rid of the world part altogether.
I mean, maybe. If you're changing the name of the title, like, I figure you would go into something a little bit bigger than that.
Yeah.
I figure you wouldn't want to just change it and hope like nobody notices. You would actually make an announcement, make something of it, especially for a title that has that much history.
Yeah. I don't know. WWE Championship, WWE Universal Championship. I think it is what it is. But it's just a little observation I made.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I think that wraps up episode 25 for us.
It does. It was a fun one.
I think it does. So, everybody, you know where to find us, right? So you have subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe on iTunes, on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitch. Anyway, if you don't know where to find us, we only got one word for you, and I'm going to spell it out for you. SAWFT. Soft. There you go. Anyway, later, guys. Next week we have our Royal Rumble predictions. And let us know who you would like, to to induct Kurt Angle or other inductees that are announced at the Hall of Fame class. So later, guys. See you next week.